It is time here for more World Series gameplay with your Los Angeles Angels. And today we'll be getting into games 4 and 5, which could potentially be elimination games here as we're faced off against the Diamondbacks up 2-1 here in Chase Field. The last 2 games that will be played here in Arizona before we go back to LA if they're able to manage to steal one of these 2 games away from us. So we'll have our team trying to go ahead and close this thing out on the road, celebrate on their home turfs, but they will be trying to defend it here. As you can see here, they're trying to fight for games 6 and 7, make those instead of if necessary to need-ems. But leave a like, comment, subscribe, man, if you guys are enjoying this series and ready to see how these next couple of games play out for us, as we have Walker Buehler back into the starting lineup here, set to go ahead and try to get us up 3-1, and we're facing off against Kumar Rocker for them, a pitcher that is young. I think was a rookie this season, has not had too much experience in his first start. Gave them 6 strong innings, only get 1 earned run. I think when I looked at it though, he had 5 runs, just only 1 of them was earned. So we'll look to see if maybe we can get the defense to play the same way, as hopefully we look to begin this game and keep up the hot streak of offense that we've seen here lately with our Angels. We started to hit the ball a little bit better, especially in the middle of our order. You know, that 5-for-5 game there by Christian in the last outing here, looking to see how many straight hits we can get and continue that streak going. As Sal Frelick will lead us off here today. 1-1. Chops that slider back to the stands. And this, I think, would be one of the fastest series that I would have gotten a World Series ring in. If we're able to do this here in year 3, and keep on, this has not been like a, we jump into the free agency and we sign just all the best free agents and make our team better, but say F budget in the next 2 to 3 years. Like, no, this is a team that has been constructed through trades, young players, manageable contracts, a couple of veterans, and then like 1 or 2 big deals. That's going to be a base hit that gets down the outfield. Christian Yelich goes all the way to second base. Here's the throw is going to come in. It gets us with a 1-out double here, as he continues that for 6 straight hits here in the World Series. Yeah, this will be one of the fastest that I've been able to rebuild a team here. So we're really looking to push this one forward here today. We need more clutch hitting, as Henry's dipped down to 279. As I'll go ahead and watch that pitch, get him the call there. Very rare to see a young guy get a call like that, but he's going to walk his way over to first base. And now we have runners at first and second here for Nolan, with an early run scoring opportunity. Gets a 4-seamer upstairs that he will just fight off into the seats. It's been what looks like the team MVP so far. 333 average, 3 home runs already this postseason. He lines that one into the gap. That's going to get down up the line. We're going to send one across. Henry's wrestling his way around. He's going to go past and get waved to the plate. Throw comes in, not in time. Sliding feet first there into the home plate. That's a 2 RBI double for Nolan Schnell. Once again, continuing his postseason tear. During the regular season, you wouldn't have guessed it. He was really struggling there through most of the season. We definitely don't very hit well with him. And even to start off the postseason was kind of cold. But here as of late, has caught fire. Really made it a good point to be our number 4 hitter. Despite not having the power of a typical 4, he's been as clutch as you can be for this team. And especially helps when you have Mike Trout backing you up right behind you, as he's awoken his bat a little bit here recently, especially with the power. 1-2, swings and misses at the 4-seamer upstairs though for out number 2. And that'll bring up Carson Williams, who has struggled this postseason and will continue to do so as he swings through that one upstairs as well. Able to scrape across 2 runs here early though, thanks to Nolan. Now I'll give Walker Buehler a lead here, who last time we saw him out was coming out in long relief and gave up 3 earned runs in a very short time span. So that's why that ERA is so high. But we're looking to see if we can just get this ERA back down a little bit and get him back onto the field here. Facing up against this Arizona lineup, we've seen them hit lefties good, righties kind of a little bit more of a struggle. So that's why I went him over Samuel. We're just looking to get some solid innings of production here. But the very first thing that I did notice here is the fact that his control just seemed a little bit off. You see, that one's supposed to be a 4-seamer up and away, ends up right over the heart of the plate and about chest high. So off rip, we're noticing here Walker Buehler maybe not having his best stuff here. Is that some four-seamer over the middle of the plate again? We just got lucky. Geraldo got underneath it as he pops that one out to Trout on his first swing. And this is a man that you cannot miss with here, Ketel Marte. He has 3 home runs in this postseason. We would hate to see a fourth here, as that was supposed to be further inside and wasn't. That was supposed to be higher and away, and instead it's deep in the right field from chest to outfield as that ball is gone. 2-run home run to tie this ball game right back up. His 5th home run of the postseason. And Ketel Marte has been tearing up this World Series with these home runs. That's just a simple miss of location there from Walker. He could have had an easy way out, but instead, you see that was, I mean, still on the outer part of the plate, but right at chest height instead of at about shoulder height where we wanted it. And then Marcell Ozuna, don't want to miss spots here with him either. That one, though, misses further down the plate than we wanted to. Henry leaps at the wall, but he leaps too early. Not able to time that one up, as I don't get to see it too often because most home runs are crushed. But 6th home run of the postseason. Marcell Ozuna goes back-to-back with Marte. And just like that, the Diamondbacks take the lead here 3-2. Haven't seen a lead for Arizona since game 1. So I know they got to love their chances here right now, especially with Walker missing spots. And at this point, I just wanted to get a mound visit out. Confidence was low. He's thrown 9 pitches. And that has led to 3 runs. So with only getting 1 out, I'm already looking at, do I need to bring Samuel in here to get like a little spot start to finish this? I'm going to get him warmed up just in case we can't find the zone with Walker, as Rhys Hoskins is also a threat to take the ball deep. And he immediately comes right back in, still missing location here with his pitches, leaving them about belt high. That one's up in the zone. Luckily, Hoskins gets underneath it, and we go ahead and glove that one in for the out. And then Corbin Carroll here, 2-0. Watches that one go upstairs. There we go. Just kind of lay these four-seamers over and hope he can actually hit the zone. 3-1. That's upstairs. They're going to get the call there on it. So 3-1 goes 3-2. And Carroll watches that one on the outer part of the plate. Gets call strike number 3. And despite losing the lead, Walker's at least able to get through the first and second innings here. So the second inning was much cleaner for him. As we go ahead and go to the top of the 3rd here now. Christian Yelich back at the plate, looking to get hit number 7 in a row. Rocker lines that one. Center field. That's going to be a sinker that gets down there for a hit. Up against the wall. He's going to get into second base, and we are in there. That is a double there from Christian Yelich. Like I said, he's building that average up here for us. And Henry chops this one on the ground. We try to take off for 3rd here. And as you know, that does not work like it used to. Normally, they would just ignore you, throw over to first base. Not this time around, as Nolan will come up next. Swings and misses up the upstairs. Henry slides in safely at second base. Not in time to get him there, so Nolan will come back up now with a runner in scoring position. We're going to take off for 3rd. It's a base hit up the middle. They throw over to 1st, but Henry's trying to slide into the plate as he slides in time. Sneaking his way around 3rd. They did not pay too much attention to him, and that's what 92 speed can do. A slow roller with a steal attempt. He comes in from second base on a fielder's choice. And now we're just asking Walker here to kind of hold this offense here. We tied up the ball game. Let's just keep it at 3 if we can. Going bottom of the 4th here with Ozuna chopping this one out to center field. Sal's going to have to come in and play this one off of a bounce. It's going to be a base hit from Marcell Ozuna here in the 4th. We're going to choose to stick with Walker Buehler here. He's closing in on 60 pitches, so I'd be amazed if he goes past 4 here today. We might have to just go ahead and take him out after the 4th due to how he might be tired. Popped up here by Carroll, though, behind the plate. Easy play by Ohapi as he gloves that one in. Might be able to get out this 4th inning cleanly here. Next up is Adrian Del Castillo. Went 4 for 4 in his last game as well. Was unstoppable at the plate. Still led to us getting the dub, though. That's all that matters. Oof. You can see the tiredness starting to set in as we're getting closer to 70 pitches. Missed every single one in that at bat for a clean 4-pitch walk. And Luis Ariz here, 1-2. Gets one over the plate. This is lined out to Mike Trout. He's going to have to cut this one off. Throw's going to come into the plate as that's going to be up the line. Not in time. And the Diamondbacks go up 4-3. So with that, I've had enough. We're going to go ahead and bring Samuel Aldridge in. Possibly should have brought him in one batter earlier after the 4-pitch walk, but I wanted to see if Walker could get me 4. And I was for sure going to bring in Samuel to start the 5th, but now we need him to go in here. 3 2/3 for Walker. Not a terrible start, but now we're asking a lot here from Samuel Aldridge. We're going to basically need him to put up starter numbers here midway through the game, and he gives me a strikeout there on his first batter in off 3. But not before they take the lead and bring in Phil Davis now to go ahead and replace their starter as well here, as their starter only goes 4 innings of work. So not an impressive start from Krumerker. If we go to get a bunt down here, that's going to be foul. That stays fair. That's a good bunt, most likely, but that was a high 4-seamer. 0-1 here to Sal. Coming right back down with another bunt down the third base line. This is going to be a mimic of the first one, and that was going to stay fair, and he misses it. Ariz. Bad defense that time. We get him over to first, and you already know we got to take off for second here at some point unless Christian does that. That's going to be a liner in the center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Sal's going to use his speed and get on over to third base cleanly. And now we've got runners at the corners. Still no outs. Henry Pierre now with a great chance to be clutch here. Runners at the corners. There's a 2-seamer up at the chest. Going back towards the gap. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to hit up against the wall too as well. Runner at third is going to come around. Yelich is going to score. And we take our lead right back. It's 5-4. The lead changes in this game are going back and forth. It was us. They took it back. We tied it. They took it back. And now we've fully taken the lead yet again. That's what the runner at second here. Nolan just cracks the bat there. Gets the first out of the inning. We do still have another runner in scoring position, though, if we can try to bring him around. Trout lines this one out to left field. That'll go up against the wall. Henry will score with these. Trout goes in and gets into second base, sliding head first. And it is now 6-4 Los Angeles. I'm going to go ahead and pull that reliever that quick, as he was only able to come in and get 1 out. Gave up, what is that, a total of 3 earned runs. They're bringing in Peter Strzelski. 7 2/3 innings of work here for him, and he's pitched very well. And they're going to look to see if he can close this inning out and probably eat up the 6th and 7th, I'd imagine, here. So he gets out number 1 on Carson. Shaw chops this one up the middle. Great play there at second by Marte as they get him out there. We're going through 5 here, still up 6-4. And this is where I was really impressed with Samuel, as he had a rocky start when we let him start the game, but here in long relief, he was shutting down Arizona. Gets a ground ball there to start the inning. Perdomo pops this one out to right field as Trout ranges in and gloves this one on the run. And against the dangerous Marte, gets him to pop this one in the center field just long enough for Sal to get underneath it. Goes through the 5th inning cleanly. We come back here, top of the 6th. 1 out already. Logan O'Hoppe trying to get us a little rally start here with the base hit up the middle. There we go. Trying to get something started here for the heart of our order, as Yelich 3 for 3 on the day. Trying to make it a 4 for 4 day here. Boosting that average up, getting those extra base hits that we need. And you can see now they're going to start pitching a little bit more cautiously to him as Peter throws that one well up the zone. That's an okay strike right there on the black. Probably would have got called had we not swung anyway. 2-2. Chops that circle change on the ground. So we're going to set it back up here. Go again. That's a ball right down the middle. The sinker gets crushed. 107 off the exit velo. That's got to be one of my fastest hit home runs. It's actually 106.6, but it's rounded up to 107. 447 feet as that ball got absolutely demolished out of Arizona. 2-run home run gives us an 8-4 lead. As you can see, Yelich is excited here. 4 for 4 day. And now he is actually just a triple away from the cycle. He's hit 2 doubles, a single, and now a 2-run home run. You can see the offense really taking off, giving Samuel the confidence to come back out and get these strikeouts that we needed. Ozuna down after going 2 for 2, swinging at the circle change. Hoskins swings at the circle change as well, goes down. That's back-to-back Ks. And then Corbin Carroll, 0-1. We'll boot this one out to foul territory. Henry's going to have to get on this horse to run and chase it down. And he will grab that one over there by the ball boy. And that's 6 innings down. Now we're going to look here in the bottom of the 8th just to look in the bullpen to see if we need to bring anybody else in, like Hans Kraus, try to get a righty in here. As some of the guys coming up are bad against righties. But we'll look to see if we can squeeze an 8th inning here out of Samuel. See, watches that one in on the hands there that time around. 2-1 here. Chops that one on the ground. Comes back 2-2 to Jake here. Gets him to swing at that slider low and away. Not able to touch that one at all. Here, Geraldo Perdomo, 0 for 3 on the day. Make that 1 for 4 as he gets a base hit. Blooped out to Trout. And now the question becomes, do we go ahead and leave Samuel in here in the 8th to face Marte in the heart of this order again as he's getting tired? Now, I did say pitcher's tired, but he has green energy. So I think it's working off the fact that he's a reliever right now. So it's thinking he should be tired, but as a starter, he is perfectly fine. Only 43 pitches in here. I know he can go at least 70 on the pitch count. So we're going to force him to stay in here. Try to get us out of this inning as he gets the swing and miss on the slider low and in. And Marte is down retired. Ozuna, who's only been retired by Samuel now, will look with the runner at first base to try to bring them back in this game a little bit here. Ball in the dirt. Chop on the ground here. Carson Williams will go ahead and grab this one. Avoid, or I should say run into the broken bat and throws it over to first base. Come on, we got to get some physics in that. We should show that bat at least hitting off his chest so he looks like Superman. As we go here to the top of the 9th now, trying to see if we can increase this lead at all. That ball's going to be a drop third strike. Sal's going to run down to the plate, and he's going to get there. Bringing in a new reliever here, Justin Martinez, as he gets the drop third strike. So now they'll have to get 4 outs this inning to make it work. And Yelich is already 4 for 4 on the day. Gets a base hit here up the middle, so not the triple he needs for the cycle. But we will go ahead and extend the inning here. Go 5 for 5 on the day. Christian is going absolutely crazy. Trying to work for that World Series MVP possibly. Get that extra money. That's going to be another drop strike there. Not drop third, but it'll be drop second as runners go to second and third. That is an easy play there. And then 0-2 here to Henry. They have really no reason to pitch to him in the zone. So that ball's way out of there. That one was way there. But he swing at it anyway. Catcher goes and slides, throws back to the plate. Not in time. Sal's got too much speed and all other runners are safe. I don't think it would have mattered where he went to. I think we're safe everywhere here. I mean, definitely third because that's the longest throw. The only question would be, would he have been able to get Henry looking when that throw got to the pitcher compared to when it got to first? I think everybody would have been safe there. As we go with a steal attempt here to second. He slides in safe. We were back to second and third. No out still. So Henry swipes second. We're trying to increase this lead even farther. That swings is a drop in the... Oh, look. Okay. He like ran all the way to the backstop and stopped and looked at it. We probably could have scored off that kind of lazy animation there. That's a chopper on the ground short. We're going to go and throw over to first. That's going to be an error. We get our 10th run. I was just okay with the fielder's choice RBI. Instead, it's an E6. And now they'll basically have to get 5 or actually 6 outs this inning because they had 2 drop third strikes. And now an error. That's going to be low in the zone. We're trying to double steal here as they get the runner, though, at third base. Henry not able to get there fast enough. I can't believe they left Justin Martinez in for this whole entire thing. He is getting tired here, so a bad pitch to Trout could mean the end of this ball game entirely. We're already up 6. They don't want to make it 8. 2-2 here. Swings and misses on the sinker and on the hands. I mean, it'll be up to Carson Williams to see if he can make something happen here. So he just lines this one right to short. Easy play, though. Throw goes over. And just like that, they'll go to the 9th inning down 6. They need to make something happen here. We're leaving Samuel out there just to see how long he can go. If he can close this one out, that would be great. And not to touch another reliever, but we do have Hans Kraus ready to go just in case it gets bad. Watching that one go upstairs there to fill up the count here. 3-2. Hoskins will hit this one deep out to right field. That's going to go up against the corner, so that's going to be an extra base hit here as Mike Trout goes in and hustles to get that one pulled in and thrown in. And Samuel Aldridge here gives up the leadoff double in the ninth. Had a very strong performance here. I think we just go ahead and call it a night for him here. As you know, what else can you ask for other than 4 1/3 here, having to come through and play shutout ball. Really kept the Diamondbacks down and on their toes, and I'm really proud of it, especially after the start that he gave. I'm really proud that he was able to bounce back. I was worried this game was going to get blown wide open, having to go to the bullpen this early and bringing him in. But now we get to let Hans Cross go ahead and just come in and close this one out here for us. As you see, he's had 3 games, 3 innings of work, and we just need to get one more here with a full 6-run lead. We shouldn't have to worry about too much else here. We get the strike there in on the hands. Runner at second base here for Corbin Carroll. All we got to do is just get these last 3 outs here as that backdoor slider gets them. And they'll go down looking. Adrian Del Castillo up next, as we have him at a full count here. 2-2. Trying for this backdoor slider as well. That's going to get into the outfield for a base hit. Trout comes in and plays this one, though, as the runner will just stay at third base. So we don't have to worry about the runner moving up here at all. And we still only have 1 out. So now if we can just get a ground ball here, that would be beautiful here. As Arise does get on the ground to Neto. Throw goes over to Williams for 1. Over to first. The turn is too slow. And Arise just barely has enough speed. He's able to go ahead and make it in there safely. That'll at least give them 1 run back. But that might be all they get here, as that ball will go deep to center field. Gloved in, and the Athletics now are on the verge of elimination. When I say that, I mean the good kind, as we are about to knock off the Arizona Diamondbacks, and we could possibly do it on the road. You know, it's always better to win the series in front of your home fans, which would be better. So I think they should probably change up the format a little bit to give it a better chance for the home team to win on their home field. But a lot of these are set up for the home team to win on the road. So we'll have to go back here again in Arizona to try to go ahead and close out the series and not let it go back to LA. You see 10 hits here as a team. Christian Yelich 5 for 5 days. Amazing. 4 runs to go along with it. Henry scores 3 times himself too, as Yelich responsible for 3 of our 6 extra base hits here today. So just half of everything goes to Christian Yelich. Half of the hits, half of the RBIs, or half of the runs, half of the extra base hits. 2 RBIs get him up to 10. Nolan gets 4, getting him all the way up to 10 RBIs total. And Samuel 4 1/3, 2 hits, 6 strikeout game was very impressive. Walker Buehler just once again struggling. Did not have it. Had it in the regular season. Just postseason Buehler ain't it. And now it'll lead us to come right back here again to Chase Field, as the Diamondbacks, with their backs against the wall, will look to lean on a pitcher that they have not even yet see the field. Herman Marquez will be the starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks here in their elimination games. We're going to go ahead and throw out Reed Detmers, a man who I thought could be our ace this postseason with the first 3 starts, and then got rocked in his only game against the Diamondbacks the first time we saw him. So we'll have to see which Detmers we get, but we'll also get a new face here. It's a good and bad thing for the Diamondbacks, as we're seeing a pitcher we've never faced before, which could throw us off our game, but he's also never pitched in the postseason. First ever postseason inning is coming in a elimination World Series game. And you can tell the nerves are getting to him, as the first batter he faces, Sal, lines that one opposite field, going with the sinker. And he'll get on first base with a base hit here. And now Yelich trying to follow up that 5 for 5 day, letting that curveball hit the zone so Freeland can get safely into second base. Look at the stolen base attempt there to get him inside. 2-2 count here to Yelich. Fly ball out to center field. That will go ahead and be gloved. Oh no, it's going to be a base hit. It's going to get down. McCarthy was not able to come in and grab that one. It's a base hit. And just like that, we have a run lead already. Follow that up with Henry Pereira here, as the second pitch he sees is a 4-seamer at the knees. Opposite field, deep back towards the wall, and it is gone. 2-run shot there by Henry Pereira. His second of the postseason gives the Angels a 3-0 lead here. As I did not think that was going to get out of here. I thought he was going to reach up and grab that last second like they had done so many times. I really thought that was a sacrifice, or not even a sac fly, but just a fly out in general. But you see him almost hit a lunge to go and muscle that one away opposite field. And from the knees to the hands of the fans, we'll go ahead and look to continue this first inning here as Nolan chops this one on the ground past the third baseman there, Arise. It's going to be a base hit to go ahead and get us over to first to continue this rally. Mike Trout will step in now. 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, looking to keep pace with Christian Yelich, with Nolan Snow for that World Series and postseason MVP. As he just pops this one up to first base, though, and have to go MB sit down. Carson Williams will be up next, trying to make something happen as that slider looked beautiful, but he was very late on it. 0 for 5, 3 Ks in yesterday's game, looking to do a little bit better here, and already off to a better start. That's going to be a base hit that gets down on the right field. Nolan will go all the way over to third base, and just like that, we have runners at the corners here now. We just got to avoid the ground ball. So watch out for the sinker here of Marquez. That's going to be a 4-seamer right on the ground to second base. Over to short for 1. Back over to first, and they got him just barely. That'll end our inning there for us, but it'll lead us to bring in Reed Detmers now with a 3-0 lead. Maybe this will help him be a little bit more comfy, cool himself off from that first start. That saw him really throw that game out of proportion. If you guys remember, we lost that game 6-1. And Detmers did not look like himself, but here today, looks like we got a different man on the mound getting the first batter to pop up. As McCarthy will get the first out on the day. Control was already looking a lot better in this first inning, putting them right on the corner where there wasn't much they can do but swing and hope for the best. As Perdomo there flies out onto the warning track. And then Marte here with the 2-1 pops this one to center field. Freelig's going to go chase underneath this one, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 first. Already looking way more clean and crispy through it. Alana that's already seen him once, so they should know how to get to him. But he's just showing great resilience here. That's going to be a line drive right to this third baseman there, Matt Shaw. Looking very strong as a possible maybe future Gold Glover in the hot corner himself. We're going to get our first strikeout of the game here. 5 batters in. On the slider, low and in on the legs, and then Hoskins 1-2. We'll go ahead and give us 2 back-to-back. You know, Reed Detmers is the strikeout guy. Finished second in the league in strikeouts, and he's showing you why with 3 straight here. As Corbin Carroll will also go sit down. Wait, didn't their last batter walk to the other side? What? Where is their bench at? As that's going to be popped out to Henry there for the fly out. We're getting through this third inning pretty quickly. Here's Joe Adell now full count here. He gets called strike 3 on the low part of the plate there. That's 3 innings of work, and it's been 3 great innings as we've gone 1, 2, 3 for 3 straight. And here goes up in the top of the 4th. Mike Trout. Nobody on for him. Beating the shift here. That's going to be a line drive out to the outfield. It'll bounce up against the wall and go over it. Automatic double for him to lead off here in the 4th. And now we got another run scoring opportunity here against Marquez. You can see they've scored 6 runs before, so I won't really feel comfortable till we get back near that 10-run mark. As Williams just goes ahead and moves the runner over 90 feet. Marquez maybe not having his best stuff here today. He has not found his spots a lot, unless it's the thigh of Matt Shaw. As he'll go ahead and walk down, as I don't think that was intentional, so no anger, animosity walking down. But it'll lead us to a great opportunity here for Zach Neto to be clutch. There goes a curveball, middle of the plate, deep center field. It'll be caught, but that's going to be deep enough to score Mike Trout. That throw is going to come into the cutoff man, and they'll be in there easily. It's 4-0 Angels. And now we're back to some more Reed Detmers here as we go bottom of the 6th. Pitch count starting to get up there. This will be pitch number 70 here to Corbin Carroll. He pops this one out to left field. Henry will go to come in and grab this one. And let's see if you guys notice anything special about this inning here. As you see Luis Arise 1-2. He will check his swing and get called for strike 3. And then back up again is Joe Adell. Trying to see if we can get him down on strikes yet again as he chops that circle change into the dirt. As we close in on pitch number 80 here. Looks like we actually will hit it in this 6th inning of work. We probably want to call it a day here after this. 80 strong innings of work here in the postseason is good. I said 80 strong innings. I mean 80 strong pitches of work as we get the ground ball there. But Reed Detmers, if you see there, is actually 6 innings into a perfect game. No hits, no walks, just 9 up, or I should say 18 up, 18 down. As we go to the last 9, I know it's not the regular season. In the regular season, I wouldn't even think twice. But I debated this one throughout the whole top of the 7th, and I'm going to let Reed get this 7th inning. We're going to let's see if he can keep it up here. As he gets the swing and a miss there on Jake McCarthy upstairs, I'm thinking at least let him get the first 2, and then we'll go to the bullpen to get Ketel Martes. We don't want a dangerous bat with a tiring pitcher. But then we get a 1 pitch out here on Geraldo Perdomo, and it's still looking like he's keeping him off balance. So against a hot bat like this, I think we're going to stay with the hot hand. Nearing 85 pitches, stamina's in the yellow, and we're going to risk it here. Can Reed Detmers keep the perfect game going against such a hard talent like this? Chopper goes foul. Upstairs, that's going to reach the seats. I don't even think that would have left the park if it stayed in. And you can see there 21 pitches there in the 4th. And before that, it was 15 and back-to-back 13. So he has had some very long innings, which explains the high pitch count here. We're going towards 90 now as we get strikeout number 3 there. That should be number 8 on the day. And that is 7 innings, no hits, no walks. What do you do for the 8th with Marcell Ozuna up? Pitcher is tired. He's at 89 pitches. We're going to stay with the hot hand. I do have Luke Little in the bullpen up and warming up just in case. But I want to roll with the hot hand and see how much Devers can give us. Riding this till the wheels fall off here as we get a pop up on the 4-seamer back to the seats. That one caught a little too much of the plate here. 0-2 popped up. Nolan ranges towards the dugouts. I'm going to catch that one there in foul territory. 7 1/3 as we're down to their last 5. It's a slider in there against Gabriel Moreno. That one's way off the zone. Maybe starting to lose a little bit of the command here late. 1-1. That catches a little too much of the plate, and it'll be a base hit over the head of Nolan. As Mike Trout going to pick this one up, and the runner's going to go to second. The roll's going to come in, and Neto has the slowest tag of history. As the runner is able to get into second, and Detmers loses the perfect game bid. What a way to lose it. What a performance, though. 7 1/3, 8 Ks. Fantastic game. Only gave up 1 hit, no walks. And now it's just up to the bullpen to go ahead and get us out of here as we get a ground ball to Hoskins over to Shaw. And that's down to their second out here in the bottom of the 8th. Carroll gets the ball thrown away from him as that sweeper is not too good. Little has a lot of good things working for him in this game. 99 hit per 9, 98 clutch. I think he's strikeout per 9 as we see there. I'm getting a strikeout there is even in the 80s or 90s, but that walk per 9, I don't know if that's something to do with pass balls, but it's at a 25. So that's the only way I can explain that one going all the way to the backstop, and it wasn't the only one. As it seems like anytime we throw that sweeper, it just goes out of our catcher's glove. I don't know if that's something against Logan or Luke. But with their last 3 outs here on the line, between us and a World Series title, Arise will strike out. Arizona fans have got to be pissed. They're starting to worry as they're down to their last 2, and Joe Adell is one of the 2. We know what he can do, and we know this strikeout is coming. 0-2. Good job, Adell. Not making it 0-2. Starting to show a little bit of patience to get the fans back into it. 2-1. As he fouls that one back to the seats. Swing and a miss on that 4-seamer upstairs. Adell is down and out. So it comes all the way down to Jake McCarthy now. He is their final hope here. We do have Jordan Romano just in case McCarthy gets on base. We're going to go with the righty here to finish it out and let Jordan get the final save here to end the day. Sweeper not touching the plate. We're going to go back here again with the 3rd sweeper here. That one's not touching the plate either. It's just not getting anywhere in there. So 3-1, we're going to come back with the heat to just put it over. And they're down to their last strikeout here in Arizona. Can the Angels do it and win the World Series in just 3 seasons of a rebuild? We're aiming high and tight on the 4-seamer. Comes a little bit more over the plate, but we do it. The Angels have just won the World Series. This has got to be one of my fastest rebuilds that I've done, getting this team ready for postseason success in only 3 seasons. From 4th place to last year getting 3rd place and a couple more wins, to this year taking the division last minute, having a great September, great August, and running through the postseason against some of our toughest competition. The Orioles were not easy. Even the Red Sox made us fight. The Twins were kind of easy. In Arizona, in game 1 was looking tough. And honestly, I sweated bullets through this whole series. But we're finally bringing home a championship trophy here thanks to the great free agent additions that we've made. The great rookies that we've signed, like Henry Pierre, not signed, but drafted. And then on top of that, we just had talent already here. It's not like I went to free agency just loaded up on the best talent possible. We are, I guess you could say, a mix of homegrown, because even the trade targets that we made were all young guys. Matt Shaw, Carson Williams, young people that we traded for that their teams didn't even need, that came through on our team and made an immediate impact at the MLB level. We had guys like Zach Neto have to step up and take leadership in the infield because the infield was so young. Mike Trout had to lead us in the outfield. Christian Yelich taking over the DH spot. And you can see we are now the 2027 World Champions, and I can't believe that's only the 2nd World Series championship in Angels history, but a great performance, and I didn't expect it to come like this. I thought it'd be more hard fought, but the Diamondbacks, with backs against the wall, managed 1 singular hit, an extra base hit by Gabriel Moreno, and that was it. Almost got put into a perfect game, got struck out 12 times, whereas you look at us, 7 hits today, 2 by Henry, 3 extra base hits to go along with it, getting him up to 8 RBIs on the postseason run, closing out at about 290 on that average. And as we just kind of scroll down here, you see just the great work put in across the board, across other players. Sal Frelick, dang, 13 stolen bases. I didn't know I was on the base pass that much with him. And then Luke Little striking out 4 of the 5 batters he faced. Phenomenal performance by him. And I can't say I'm not proud enough of this team. So now that we're World Series championships, man, what is next? I mean, we're going to keep the series going, of course. There's still so much more of the storyline to play out. So many more young players we got to go ahead and check out and see. But Christian Yelich gets World Series MVP here, batting .400, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. I wish they would show these splits like in the stats or on their player cards so you can see exactly, you know, how many at bats and everything. But if you just look here, I mean, phenomenal season, getting him traded over. I can't remember what team we traded with because he was with a different team than the Brewers here in this series. And we traded with them to get him onto the roster. I think it was another National League team. But performed phenomenally, had 45 doubles, 23 home runs, batted .277, 354, 486 on his splits. And then here, when it came time for the postseason, you see 10 hits in his last 10, but 8 of them came in the World Series, including both his home runs. 2 of his 3 doubles came in that World Series run. He was really phenomenal throughout the entire thing. So I think it's a well-deserved World Series MVP by him, especially. Now, postseason MVP goes to Nolan, who had a much more complete postseason here, batting .324, 3 home runs, kept a .300 average throughout the entire postseason, which is already hard to do. Henry was almost there at, you know, his .290. He was over .300 for most of the series and kind of cooled off there near the end, and you see him dropping off the list entirely because guys like Yelich, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs coming on late. Mike Trout, even with his 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, despite the average being lower, was considered more so for it. So I think the right person, though, did get it. Nolan had a okay regular season, phenomenal postseason, and then for them, Marcell Ozuna gets postseason MVP. I was kind of surprised because I was more afraid of Marte at the plate than Ozuna, but when you look at their postseasons as a whole, Ozuna did do more. And honestly, Marte wasn't even as scary as I thought, as he had 3 hits, and those were the 3 home runs that he had. Other than that, he was out every single time, so he was either boom or bust at the plate. So I probably shouldn't even pitch to him as scary as we did, but maybe it's because of that he was so boom or bust at the plate. And I gotta say, Marcell Ozuna did do definitely a good job for them in the outfield, and was definitely a bat to worry about. Now, if we look at here, the stats though, for the rest of the postseason, I mean, everybody performed great, but we basically kind of had the same lineup the whole time. We didn't really have to look at our bench too often. I mean, the only reason Victor came in is because he started the first 3 games for us, and then after, you know, going 0 for 11 in the Boston series, we switched back to Logan, thinking that he might be able to take over, and he did perform well for a good stretch of time. Kind of went back cold, but still I felt like it was a better option than Victor to go switch back. As you see here, we had 3 guys hit over 20 hits. A lot of home runs came through. Don't forget that Matt Shaw and Carson Williams both had 2 home runs apiece. Even Zach Neto got him 1, despite how cold they were. Williams even had 10 RBIs, despite how cold he was. And then stolen bases, you see 7 here from Henry to go along with Sal's 13. We were killing the base pass. If we were doing that in the regular season, we probably would have had more stolen bases as a team, and maybe you led the league in that. So we had a lot of good hitters though. Henry finished at 290, 324, 406 on his splits. Mike Trout with a 523 slugging to go along with his splits. And strikeouts, I was jacking that thing up with a lot of our guys, but Carson Williams especially, 29 strikeouts as a whole, but did get up to a 73 overall in his first rookie year. Matt Shaw, his second full year up at the show, gets up to a 76 as we traded for both of them to come to our squad, and both made great impacts on the infield, off rip at third and second base. Now also too here, no errors, as they both were very good defensive pieces. We had 6 total errors in the postseason, which I think would have went a long way in terms of regular season standing. Nobody had above a 1 WAR, as Henry had the highest at a 0.6. Pitching, both of our lefties got 3 wins apiece, as everybody else kind of had 1, including the bullpen. Reed Detmers strikes out 36 batters in 32 innings, having a great K per 9 or strikeout percentage. But other guys that did too as well. Jordan Wicks, 28 innings, 32 strikeouts with 6 walks. There's a very good high walk rate as well. Luke Little in the bullpen, 11 innings, 15 Ks to go along with a 0 ERA too, as well as, of course, it's easy to do when you only have 1 or 4 innings pitched, but him, Jose Hernandez with 7 1/3, Bummer with 6 1/3, all going with 0 ERAs. Nobody's whip above a 1.3. This team was phenomenal from top to bottom. Bullpen was great. The pitching staff, starting rotation was great. Our batters had their clutch moments when we needed them the most. It was really kind of the bottom of the order that we really couldn't count on too often, but we also shuffled the lineup a lot throughout the series to get the most out of our team every single game that we went out there. And that's probably the most I've ever shuffled lineups ever playing the show. Like, I really wanted this one bad, so I was shuffling the lineup every single game, really trying to strategically think which starting pitcher I wanted to pitch in which spot, which reliever did I want to come in which spot. So there's definitely more to come from this series to see if we can get some of those younger guys that we drafted up to this team and at least defend the World Series ring here. So there will be definitely more MLB The Show to the channel. Take a little hiatus from it. We'll only be posting it once a week on Saturdays here for a minute though, as college football just dropped, so a lot more Road to Glory. Here for the time being, some online gameplay, and then of course some Dynasty will be coming up here shortly as we go and work our way towards Madden 2 as well, where we'll have a rebuild there and continue our story from our Road to Glory. So if you guys are ready for all the content I have planned for you guys here on the channel, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for your boy. I love every single one of you guys, man. Smooth Game, I'm out. Later.